Hello students, this is Semfano with Esha Academy, where we teach people in demand tech skills. Thank you for tuning into our channel, and we request that you subscribe, share and like and comment on our videos in order for us to keep on producing similar content. Thank you. Hi students, as we are preparing for our examinations, we are going to be looking at a question paper. And for computer practice, November 2016, we are going to be revising Microsoft Excel questions in this question paper to assist you as you prepare for your examinations. Before we start with the questions, I want us to look at some instructions that are in this question paper, which I feel they are very important for you to understand before you start answering questions. Make sure that you read all the instructions. I'm mainly going to be looking at these four instructions as you see on the screen. Instruction number 8, it says in section B of the question paper, only Korean New 12 point may be used. This is the font size that they're giving you, Korean New, in section B, that is word processing. In section C of this question paper, Korean New 12 point, Calibre 11 point, or Arial 10 point. These are the three options that you have. You can choose one font settings that you feel are the best from these three when you're answering section C, which is on Microsoft Excel. In section B, margins of 1 inch or 2.54 centimeters should be used unless otherwise instructed. So they want these margins, all four margins, top, right, bottom and left. When your computer is measuring in inches, you should use 1 inch. When it's measuring in centimeters, you should use 2.54 centimeters. Make sure that you follow these instructions, because if you choose to use 2.54 when your computer is measuring in inches, you are going to have two wide margins to fit your content. When your computer is measuring in centimeters and you use 1, which means your margins are going to be too narrow. So make sure that you follow this instruction as you answer your questions. Number 9, key in the question number as well as your examination number at each question. So every question that you have, make sure that there is your examination number, as they say that no questions without examination numbers will be marked. So make sure that it appears as a footer or as a header depending on the instruction. All work on the computer should be saved at regular intervals to prevent loss of work in the event of a power failure. No additional time is allowed for such lost work. It is the candidate's responsibility to protect their answers from being deleted. It is important that you save your work at regular intervals, regularly, before you start working on your document. When you create one, make sure that you save it. Then you continue saving, clicking on the save icon at the top left corner. You will see it, or you can press Ctrl S if you want to save quickly using the keyboard. So these are the options that I'm giving you to save. Make sure that you save your work regularly, and make sure that the content that you are saving in your document is the correct content. So if you are saving an unformatted document, make sure that you are saving it with the correct name. When you are saving a formatted document, make sure that you are saving it with the correct name. I will show you as we start answering questions how you are supposed to save your work. In order to print the original as well as the edited version of the answers, candidates are reminded to save the work after each separate section before it is printed. Before you print, make sure that you press save, or you press Ctrl S on the keyboard when you are using a PC, or Command S on Mac. So these are the methods that you can use to save your work. Let's jump into the question. Section C, we are going to be looking at Microsoft Excel. We are going to omit Word, and the theory section. Here is our section C, spreadsheet. Use a spreadsheet program to answer the following questions on the computer. Approximately 1 hour 15 minutes will be spent on this section. Answer all the questions. That's question number 6. And we have question 6a. They say create the spreadsheet below. We need to take something like 90 minutes on this question. Insert the footer examination number against the left margin, and question A, 6a, right aligned in capital letters. Display figures as indicated on the text. Adjust the column width to fit the spreadsheet on one page. Do not make use of fit to one page option. I will show you how to do this. Save the spreadsheet as e.t.c. Print the spreadsheet with row and column headings in portrait orientation and place the printout in your examination folder. They say print the spreadsheet with row and column headings in portrait orientation. Right, this is our table that we are supposed to create for 10 marks in 9 minutes. We are going to start creating this table. I want you to pay attention to the data types that are used in this table. First of all, we have got the rows that are numbered going down, and we have the columns that have letters of the alphabet going to the right. So they said we should print our spreadsheet with these headings. Usually by default your computer might not be printing these, so I'm going to show you how to print these. Swimming with the dolphins, that is our heading. This is text data type. This is also text data type, the dolphin interactions. We have got the arrival of guests, which are dates. This is the date data type. We have got another text here, the days of the weeks. We have number of days, which is number data type or numeric. We have guests, which is also a numbers. So let's start working on this spreadsheet. I'm going to open my Microsoft Excel. Here is my Microsoft Excel. I've opened it. Before I start working on this one, I want to start by saving it. So I'm going to go to that icon. This is the save icon. The shortcut on the keyboard is Control S. Press Control and hold, then you press S. So it's going to show me how to save. I want to save it on the desktop. So I'm going to open desktop over there. If you don't know how to save your work in the correct location, please, there are videos that we have on this in this channel. Could you please go and look for videos that you can watch? You can watch them under the file management section. I'm going to save it inside computer practice N4 November 2016. Then I'm going to give it a name as Q6A, because this is the question that I'm supposed to use, Q6A. Click on save. I've saved my document. As you can see at the top there, it now has Q6A as the title. I'm going to then go back to my question. I'm just going to view my page, my windows side by side. I'm going to minimize my question paper a little bit, zoom out a little bit to make it fit, maybe 800. It's fine like this. We have almost a similar setup or layout that we have. The headings, we have them in Excel. These are the row headings. These are the column headings. They don't automatically print. We are going to show you how to print these as the question requires. First of all, they said create the spreadsheet. They said we should save it as CTACEA. So I used the wrong name. So let me save again. I'm going to go to save as again. Or since I already have it, I'm simply going to open my folder where I saved it in the desktop. computer lessons, computer practice. So I'm gonna have to close it first because I want to change the name. Let's say you have saved with the wrong name. You can quickly right click, open where you saved to file, right click, rename. Then you can save it with the correct name. CEA. This is the name that they said we should save it with. So now I can open it again. As you can see on the title bar, I now have the name of the document, which is different from what I had. Now let's get working. So we're going to start by, we're supposed to produce this spreadsheet as it is. Going to start by typing in, as you can see, we are in column A, row 1, which is we're in A1, cell A1. So I'm going to type swimming with the dolphins. So this is our title of our spreadsheet, A2, cell A2. We are going to type dolphin interaction. Then B1, we are going to type arrival of guests. C1, we are going to type day. D2, we are going to type number of days. And then E2, we're going to type guests. So this is our spreadsheet so far. We're going to enter the records now in A4. As you can see, we are leaving row number 3 blank. We are going to type guests in B3. We need guests in B3. Here, B3, we need guests. And then in D3, we need off days. Off days, that is in D3. Right, in A4, we're going to type Florida. We are entering text data. We have Hawaii. We have Mexico. We have Caribbean. We have Orlando. Then in B4, we have our dates. As we type the dates, I would like to recommend that you guys must use the date function to type your date so that your date is in correct format at start. Okay, so I'm going to type equals date. As you can see, I have my function over there, but let me quickly insert the function using the function is insert launcher, and I'm going to look for date over there. There it is. I press enter. It requires me to type here. Okay, I'm gonna type 2016. Month 12, day 1. So this is our date. I click on OK. It's okay even if it's not in the correct format. I'm quickly gonna fill in this date here. I'm gonna be changing the required days what. Okay. Oops. This function is not giving us the correct results. Okay, it's not giving us the correct date. As you can see, our month is supposed to be 12. Our day is supposed to be 1. Okay. And then here our month is supposed to be 12, day 6. So our month is always 12 and our day is always different. Okay. So on the 6th, then we have the 14th. Then we have the 22nd. Then we have the 30th. Yes, that is our dates. They are not in the correct format. I'm going to show you how to make corrections. Let me quickly show you. You can highlight your date, right click, go to format cells. Under format cells, make sure that you are on date here. You look for the format that you need here. The format that we have is not there, but so we are going to customize it. Click on customize, and then we're going to customize our date. As you can see, we have our format here. We want to start with the day, followed by month, then year. So this is what we are going to need, and we need our month to be digits. Then we need our year to have, so you can choose any preset here, then you can edit it. Then you can edit it. Oh, wait. I want to do I want to next. You have to look at the presets here. As you can see, so we want to customize our date so that it starts with the day, month, then year, and we want to follow the formatting in this order. So you are going to look for here for the format that you want. If it's not there, you can click on customize so that you create your own date format that you need. So you can see that we have got different presets here. As you click on check over assembly there, you will see if it's something that you are looking for. If it's not, you can create the format of your own. So we are going to click on one of these formats, maybe this one. We can see that this one has a separator as a dash. So we need to put / as a separator. That is the first thing that we need to do. We put / as a separator. Then here for month, we have this, which is short for the month. So we need a figure, we need something like 12. So we are going to remove 1M. When you remove 1M, it makes it a 2-digit date, a month. And then for the year, we need 2016, not only 16. It's because we have 2 Y's. That's why we get only the last digits, 2 digits of the year. So we are going to add 2 Y's so that we have 4 digits for the year. As you can see, this is how you can format the date to the format that you want. After that, then you click on OK. As you can see, it has changed also on our spreadsheet over there. We have got something that looks more or less similar to what we had on our question paper. So now we're going to look to enter the, what is it, the days of the week. This is text. It's not difficult to enter it. So we have Thursday, we have Tuesday, Wednesday, oops, where have I written it? Okay, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Then we have got the number of days over there. We have 7, 6, 3, 5, and 4. Then we have the guests, 40, 55, 30, 35, and 25. This is our spreadsheet. It doesn't really look as what we have on the question paper. I'm going to address that one now. First of all, we need to make sure that we are using the correct font. Remember, the question paper said when we're using Calibri, as we're using Calibri over there. The question paper said we must use, where is it? Font size 11 for Calibri, which is correct. We have Calibri 11. So we are going to format this spreadsheet table so that it looks like that one. First of all, I want to address the issue of the columns width. We are going to have to resize our column A up to somewhere there, according to this one, up to the middle of dolphin. Okay, up to somewhere here. And then we are going to format to resize our B so that this one fits properly. Then we are going to resize our day so that our days fit properly in our cells. Then we resize number of days as well a little bit. Okay, so this is our table. It looks almost like one. Then we have one thing that is missing. I want us to go to print preview so that you see the difference with what we have on our question paper. As you can see here, we have our tab. When you print it, it's gonna look like this, which is different because ours on the question paper has a border around it. This one does not. So we're going to add that border. So you select all your text from A1 up to E8. This is what we have here, A1 up to E8. Then you apply the outside border. Then we go here to get border. You click there. Then you look for the outside border. There is outside borders. We have our outside borders. Now we have our borders. When we click on here to go to print preview, you will notice that we now have an outside border. So this is how you get these 10 marks after doing this. So what we have to do now, we have to save, right? We have to save our work because they said save and as this one. Then they say print with the row and column headings in portrait orientation, right? We'll need to use portrait orientation and place the printout in the examination folder. But there is something that we need to add first before printing. We need to add our examination number. Okay, I'm going to also show you how to use the 51 page as we print. So we need to add our examination number and question number as footer according to this question. Examination number left aligned and question number right aligned. So you are going to click on insert over there. Then you look for text. Then you click. Then you see header and footer. You click there. Then you can scroll down to look for the footer. Since the header is at the top, okay, we need to use the footer. Okay, header and footer. We need to use the footer. Okay, click on none. It will take you to the footer. Here you type in your examination number. I don't have an examination number myself, so I'm simply going to type examination number. Here on the right, I'm going to type Q Q6A, which is our question number. As you can see, they said left aligned and right aligned for the question number. Okay, this is how you insert. Now what is left for us is to print our document. We print our document, we go to file, then we go to print. When you go to print, you will see here is your examination number and here is your question number, but we do not have our row and column headings. How do you print rows and column headings? Let's go back. When you come here to where is it? Here under page layout, you will see grid lines. It says view is ticked because they are talking about these cells. You see the boxes that you see, the rectangular boxes that you see. When you untick there, they disappear. When you tick, they appear. But when you print, they do not appear unless you tick also print here. When you print, you are going to see these lines. Okay, we don't need them. Then here we have headings. They are talking about these A, B, C, D, E, and 1, 1, 2, 3. These are row headings. These are column headings. So you can only view. If you unview them, you'll see they are not there. If you tick the view, they are there. Then we need to print them because the question said we should print them. You have to click on print. When you click on print, then it's going to be printed. So let's go to print preview once again. Print. When you go to print preview, you will notice that now we can see our column headings. We can also see our row headings. Remember, print preview is what is going to appear on your paper. This is what you're going to get when you print on the paper. Then there is one more thing that I want to show you. When they say do not use the fit to one page option, when you go to page setup, there is this option that says fit to one page. They say do not use it. You have to keep it there. Okay, and you have to make sure that you are on portrait there, not on landscape. They want portrait and they want this one not to use this one, so you leave it as it is. Then it's okay. Then you can print your document. The document then is going to appear as portrait in one page. This is the answer to our first question. Let's go on to the next question. Question 6b. Retrieve the spreadsheet. This is the spreadsheet that they said you must retrieve. I want you to pay attention now. They say retrieve the spreadsheet e.t.c. Change question. Before you do all these things, after retrieving the spreadsheet, let's say you had printed it or maybe you had closed it. Okay, you can come back to open it over there. Then when you open it, they tell you that you should change the question number to question 6b. Okay, they said insert all these things. Okay, now before you do all these things, I would like to recommend that you first save this document. How do you save it? Because you need to have a name, right? You scroll down to your almost last question, maybe usually second last question. They will tell you how to save the formatted one. So now, before you do all these things, start by saving it with a different name, okay? So that you don't change the things that are here, because this one is supposed to be unformatted and the CEA1 is supposed to be formatted. Start by saving it. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. You are going to go to File, Save As, in our usual folder here, and for November 2016 you just add the 1 because they said CEA1. Then you click on Save. Then you can go on to do these changes that they are saying you should do. Now we're dealing with 6b. Okay, here usually it's supposed to be question. Okay, 6b. That is what I have done. So they said we are supposed to change this to question 6b. Insert the header passionate about dolphins in capital letters, bold, italics, and center. So question number 3, they said insert the header They said center usually, so we are going to put it in the make column. They said in capital letters and in bold and also in italics. Okay, so how do you do that? Okay, I have already done using a keyboard by to bold Control B, to italicize Control I. So you can click here on B to bold, you can click on this I to italicize. What else do they need us to do to this? What is it? Passionate about dolphins in capital letters, must be in uppercase, okay, and they must be in bold, italics, and center. So now we are going to type it in. Let me quickly minimize this one and put it like this so that I can see my passionate is passionate about dolphins. Just that. Okay, this is our header. Then let's check the next question. It says make all the changes as indicated on the spreadsheet and according to the instructions below. Change the paper to orientation. So this is what we're going to do first. We're going to go to page layout. Then we go to orientation over there. Then we select landscape. They said we should change to landscape. We have done that. Then they said insert rows, columns, text as indicated on the spreadsheet. Okay, what spreadsheet are they talking about? There is a spreadsheet. If you go to the next page, this one, you can see we have the same spreadsheet as that one. Let me quickly maximize. We have the same spreadsheet as that one with other things that I added. As you can see, we have the manuscript signs as well here, as you can see. But we no longer have our rows and column headings here on this one. But we are going to see what we're going to do about it. Now, we are going to edit or format our spreadsheet as this one, okay? So first of all, we are going to add these columns. We're going to add total, highest, and average. Let's add those quickly. Let's add those quickly. Let me quickly minimize, zoom it in again, out again, maybe 7.5. Okay, now this is what we have. They say after swimming with the dolphins, it should be bold, first of all, uppercase, italics. Okay, so let's do that. Bold, italics, because it's already in uppercase. And then we insert bookings, that is on the next row. So we are going to insert a row above dolphin interactions. Okay, so how do you do that? Dolphin interaction is in row 2. So we go over there to our row heading. You see the arrow that is pointing out to the right, that is very black. You right click, then you click on insert. You are inserting a blank row over there. Okay, now we are going to type bookings in bold, italics, and uppercase. So I'm quickly gonna bold, italicize using my keyboard. I think you already know how to do that. Should be in uppercase. Then I type bookings. It must be in bold, italics, and uppercase, like that. Okay, then there's a manuscript sign here that says open row. This means we're going to leave a row, an empty row. So quickly above dolphin interactions again, I will go to row 3 now, because it's now in row 3. Then I click on insert. Then I'm gonna type in, I'm gonna leave this row open, then insert another row again, row 4, right click, insert. I'm gonna insert a row. So now I'm gonna type in lunch, bold, uppercase, and italics. So it's bold, uppercase, and italics, lunch. Then I'm gonna leave an open row again above dolphin interactions. There it is. Now they are saying I must insert this 240 in column C against lunch. Okay, So I'm going to go to column C next to lunch, that is C4. Okay, then insert 240. It's a figure. I hope this is the money. I think we'll see with other questions. And then I'm going to come here under Orlando. They are saying I must insert the total. You see this symbol, you say it's an insertion symbol. So whatever you have next to this symbol is what you are inserting. Okay, so for example here we're inserting 240 here. Okay, we're inserting 240. They are showing this arrow. I'm not sure. I will figure out what this arrow is about when they are saying we should insert this 240 in column C, which is C4. Okay, now let's insert total, uppercase and bold, but not italics. Okay, so it's total, bold, total, then highest, we need to bold it, then open row, we leave an open row, then average. Okay, then bold it. Okay, now they are saying delete columns. Okay, these columns that are crossed out, which is the arrival of guest and day. We're going to delete these two columns. Quickly go to this column B and column C, right? So you can select both of them. Okay, then you right click there, then you click on delete. They will disappear just like that. So we have deleted those. Now we have okay, let's continue. Let's check on the right hand side what we have. After guest, we are going to type in more stuff now. Okay, after guest, we're going to type in more stuff. We're going to insert amount in uppercase. We're going to insert VAT. VAT is 4%, 14%. Okay, we're going to type as it is, 14%. Then we are going to insert total amount, right? Then we are going to okay, I think we are done with what we're supposed to insert. What is left now is the borders and calculations. So now let's insert our borders, right? We are going to quickly remove the borders that we had. Just highlight where your borders appear, then you go to your borders. Let me maximize. There is borders, then you select no border. Our border is gone. Now we want to insert borders. I'm going to show you a method that we're going to use to insert these borders, because it's not all borders. So we are going to be drawing these borders. As you can see, we don't have borders here around swimming with the dolphins. Our borders start here. Okay, so now let me see. Okay, what I'm going to do, this open row that we left here, I want to just do away with it. First off, I'm going to remove this text here, right, and paste it there. Okay, then I'm going to remove this row by deleting it. You see, I went to the row number with this right pointing arrow, right click, then delete. Right, and then we go to insert the borders. Okay, first of all, I'm going to draw these borders. Okay, now I'm going to go to borders. Okay, scroll down, go down to draw border. Okay, then I'm going to draw these borders. Oops, what's happening? This computer, what is it doing now? This is not what I want. Let me go back to borders. no border. Click here. Wait, why is it throwing the borders that I don't want? I'm gonna say throw border, not throw board grid, ne? Throw border. Then when I say throw border, it throws a better border now. Okay, let me check again. I've just thrown this border. Now I want to throw these borders. Okay, let me start by throwing this bottom border for total. Okay, up to here, I've thrown that one for total. It seems like it's there. Okay, then I'm going to throw the outside border up to average. I think we ended with average. No, it's up to total. Okay, undo our border. I'm just throwing the side ones like this. This is what we have, and then I want to throw the inner ones, the vertical inner ones. So quickly I'm going to throw this one because I don't need to throw this one. So I will start from here, throw this one. Do I have it also under total? Yes, I do. So I'm gonna omit this one because this one is gonna be thrown automatically, and I will omit this one and throw this one. Now it looks almost like it, but one thing that is missing, as you can see, these ones, the headings of our table, we need to use wrap text so that the other text wraps to the bottom of the other text like that. Okay, so we're going to use a feature called wrap text. There it is. You see it? There it is. Then we click on it. As you can see, it moves our text at the bottom of the other one. Now we have to take note that our text is aligned at the top. As you can see, day guest is at the top, but on our spreadsheet is at the bottom. How do you do that? Here is alignment. You can choose top like that, but you have to check if it's at the center or on the left. It seems like it's on the left aligned, so you choose the top left alignment. What else what is at the bottom? I'm going to resize the column for vet so that vet moves to the bottom like that. And then what else? Amount is at the bottom, of days is at the bottom. It looks almost like what we wanted. Now let's continue with the questions. Okay, let me just enlarge it. They said make all the changes as indicated on the spreadsheet and according to the instructions below. Change the paper orientation. We have done that. Insert rows and columns, text as indicated. We have done that. This is what we're just doing. Now they are saying insert formula where the letters of the alphabet appear to do the following calculations. Okay, now we're going to use formulas to make calculations in this spreadsheet. Okay, for example, when they are saying where alphabetic letters appear, for example, in this spreadsheet we have an A here, which is appearing here. You see the arrows, they mean that you calculate on this A or cell that contains the letter of the alphabet, then you autofill the formula to the other cells until up to where the arrow ends. For B you do the same, for C you do the same, for D you also do the same, but for E and F you just make a single calculation in this cell, and you make another one in this cell. So this is what we are going to be doing now, making these calculations. We're going to start by calculating the amount. Okay, right, here it is, the amount we're going to be calculating here in D7. So we are going to calculate the amount. How do you do that? Remember, we insert our formula using this shortcut, and then we are going to, okay, what are we doing in the amount? We are saying, where is our column C? We had something under column C which was 2, it was deleted, 240 or so. Let's first confirm. That's it, 240 under column C next to lunch. Okay, that is 240. Okay, so we have number of days. Okay, and we also have number of guests. Okay, then we have got this lunch. All right, what are they saying? We should calculate the amount. Okay, let's move. We're going to calculate the amount in column D7 over there. How do you calculate the amount? Here is the formula. They say number of days multiplied by guest multiplied by lunch, which is 240. Then they say use absolute cell referencing. We are going to show you how to do this. Now, you will click on there where you want your answer to be. This is the formula. You're going to start by typing in an equal sign, which is number of days. We click on the number of days because we already have the number of days. There is no need for us to retype. We just click on the cell that contains the number of days. And then multiplied, you type in the times sign. And then we multiply by lunch. Okay, number of days multiplied by guests. We click on guests. Then we multiply by lunch. So I'm going to just put brackets around this one so that first multiplies that and that. Okay, so this is going to be our formula. Then when you press enter, oops, what happened? Oh, okay, I put my bracket after the multiply sign. It was supposed to be before. Then you press enter. It's going to give you a figure which is 67,200. So remember, they say to use absolute cell referencing. I want to show you what happens if you don't use absolute cell referencing. Okay, so there is that arrow. So we're supposed to autofill the formula. To autofill the formula, you go to the bottom right corner where there is a rectangle dot, a square dot, a small square. Then you drag down by clicking and holding your left mouse button down. Then you leave your mouse. You get your answers. The second answer is 0. The third answer is a hash value error. The fourth one is 7,000. So all these answers from here up to here, they are incorrect because they are using the wrong cells to make these calculations. So I want to show you how to make them work. Okay, before that, if you click here, you will notice that it used cell B8 times C8 times C5. That is B8. B8 has got what is it? Cell B8 has 6. It was correct for it to use cell B8. Then cell C8 has 55. It was correct for you to have that cell. Then cell C5. What is in cell C5? We have got nothing. So it's multiplied by 0, all these numbers. So you are getting a 0 because any number multiplied by 0, if you remember from maths, is equal to 0. So we are saying that it is using relative cell referencing because it also multiplied these ones 3 times 30 times these words, which is guessed. That's why you're getting this hash value error. As you can see, you have got a B9 times C9, 3 times 30 times C6. You see, so what we want this to do, we want it to go back to say 6 times 55 times 240, 3 times 30 times 240, 5 times 35 times 240, 4 times 25 times 240. You see, I'm always going back to 240. If you want your formula to go back to one cell, you lock it, you fix it. That is called absolute cell referencing. So I'm quickly going to remove. Okay, let me just leave them. Let me change the How do you do absolute cell referencing? Our 240 is in cell C4, okay? Where is cell C4 in this formula? There is cell C4. You just click here next to cell C4 or in between C and 4. Then you press F4 on the keyboard. It's going to automatically insert $2 before C and before 4, which is before the column heading and before the row headings, to fix that cell. So when it fixes that cell, it means it's going to be multiplying everything. Only this part of the formula is going to be changing. B7 is going to be changed to B8, B9, B10, and B11. C7 is going to change to C8, C9, C10, and C11. But this C4 is going to remain as C4. That is exactly what we want. That is exactly what they mean by absolute cell referencing. So now if you press enter and fill in the formula, you are going to get the correct answers. There you go. These are our correct answers. You can notice that C4 is always there in our formula when you click on any answer, but only these other things that are in brackets are changing. Okay, now let's continue. They say calculate VAT. VAT is 14% of amount. Use absolute cell addresses. So they want us to use absolute cell addressing again. Okay, so how are we going to use absolute cell addressing again? Now we need to use absolute cell addressing because this 14% is supposed to be on its own cell. Okay, so we are gonna have to change our table again. Let me insert that row which I deleted quickly. Insert. Then I'm gonna take this number of days, cut, and paste it here at the bottom. Okay, right. And then I'm going to take this 14%, cut it and paste it here because I want it here. Okay, now I'm going to remove this border, okay, and put it there. Now let me quickly remove it. I'm going to maximize my spreadsheet now and go to eraser. I want to erase this border. I hope you are seeing how to erase the border. The eraser is not working. What's happening? Just take the eraser and click on it, but it doesn't seem to be working. I don't know. Oops. Okay, it has erased a lot of things. Okay, let me quickly use this one. Let me just remove everything. I will withdraw them. No problem. That's what it wants. So I'll give it what it wants. Okay, let me quickly withdraw these borders. Here up to here. Okay, then these ones, and these ones, and these ones. Oops, I don't know what's happening with my mouse. And these ones. Now we have our borders. Okay, save and click away. I just want to resize this one quickly. Okay, not this one. Okay, total amount also, we're supposed to move it to the next row. Amount only, not total amount. Move it here. Okay, then now I'm going to resize this row so that it looks almost exactly right. This is what we need. Now let's continue. They say to use absolute cell referencing. They say 14% of the amount is equal to our VAT. So here we put an equal sign for us. Then we say amount multiplied by 14%. This is our VAT. You get this error if your column is too narrow for your number, for your figure that is in the cell. So you quickly need to adjust the column width by dragging to the right you will notice that it adjusts properly. Let me quickly align this to the left so that it's better. Now this is what we have. This is our VAT. Then you fill in the formula. Remember, there are arrows. Autofill. There you go. It also gives us insane numbers because we didn't use absolute standard referencing as they told us to. So let's quickly use absolute standard referencing. I'm going to give you time to use absolute standard referencing. 1, 2, 3. I hope you got it. Then you go. The cell that you want to multiply all these amounts with is this one that is 14%, which is E7. So E7 in our formula, we click on where we put our formula. E7 must have dollar signs around it. Okay, so we press F4 on the keyboard. You can quickly even type these dollar signs manually if you want to. Then you press enter. Then we fill in the formula. There you go. We have got our VAT. Now let's look at the next question. Total amount is equal to sum of amount and VAT. So we are adding amount plus VAT. So what do? There are so many ways you can do this. You can add quickly by equal sign, then you click on amount plus, type a plus sign, then you click on this one, or you can use the auto sum function. So I prefer to use the sum function. Okay, I'm quickly going to add to look for the sum function. There is the sum function. I press OK. Then I select my range. So it's only amount and VAT. Then I click on OK. It will calculate for me. No need for us to use absolute cell referencing. You fill in. It's going to give you the correct answers. Okay. Now you go on. Total is equal to total of each month. So we are talking about the total of each month. Where is total? Okay, let's check our spreadsheet. Okay, there you go. This is a D. This is total. So we are going to calculate the total. What's happening? We are going to calculate the total. They said we calculate the total here. They said total of each month. What is it? Total is equal to total of each column. Okay, not month. Total of each column. So we're quickly going to be adding these columns here. You use auto sum function. Click here, check for sum, then you click OK, then you select the range. Sometimes it can select the range for you. Maybe select that one. You can just go and ignore that and select the range that you want. Then you click OK, then you fill in the formula. It's going to calculate the totals for everything. Okay, then you go on highest total amount. Now you need to calculate the highest total amount. Okay, so where are we calculating this one? We're calculating here. Okay, according to the spreadsheet, where there is an F, where there is an E, we're calculating here under total amount. We're going to look for the highest total amount here, right? To calculate the highest total amount, you're going to use a function called max. Click there, then you type in, or if it's not there, there it is. Type in max, then click OK, then you select the range. You see it already selected from F8 up to F13. We don't want F13, we only want up to F12. Okay, we select up to F12, then we click on OK. It will calculate the highest one. So if you check from these ones, you will notice that the highest total amount is 90,288. Then the average now. Okay, what is our average? We are going to calculate the average of this one as well. Let's check the instructions. Average of guests. So we're calculating the average of guests. But we are putting our answer here, right? So quickly look for average. If there it is, then you click on OK, then you select guests. Okay, because they said average of what? Of guests. Then you click on OK. So that is our answer. The average is 37. Now we want to remove this borders. You can see now we have borders like around our highest mark there. We don't want them there, so we'll remove them. We're quickly gonna say no border, then we put the top border. But that there it is. We have finished our calculations. They say copy the formula to other cells as indicated. When they say is indicated, they mean those arrows. These arrows mean you are filling the formula to other cells. Okay, that's what we have been doing. Display the amount of fat, 14% total amount and highest total amount as currency in 2 decimal places. So now we're going to format the values for amount, VAT, total amount, highest total amount as currency to 2 decimal places. So let's quickly select this amount, VAT, total amount. Did they say total as well? Let's confirm. Total amount, oops. Now I'm not sure. They mean the total, I'm sure. Okay, it's fine. These ones, I'm tracking my work. Okay, this is what they want in as currency in 2 decimal places. You select what they want in as currency in 2 decimal places. You right click, or you can go to that one, but you can right click, format cells, then you select currency. When you select currency, it's gonna give us the symbol. If it's not the one that you want, you look for the one that you want here. Then decimal places 0, you can increase here up to whatever you want. Show up to 30 or 29, but we need 2. Then you click on OK. Then again we have got this hash text error, so we just resize the width of our column, make it a little bit larger because the figure is larger than the cell. So this is how you are going to calculate in this question. Let's check the other. Display the average as integer. Our average, it looks like it's an integer, but how do you display it as an integer? You can also use a function called int. You just type it around this one, equals int. Just put the brackets around this one. It's going to convert it to an integer. Okay, an integer is not decimal, so I've just used the function int so that I get that. Then insert a horizontal and vertical lines using method which you prefer, you are familiar with. The horizontal and vertical lines, they refer to the borders. You see, I drew them. You can also draw them. I think drawing is simpler. Adjust the column width to fit the content on one page. Do not use the fit to one page. Save the spreadsheet as e.t.c. We've already saved as e.t.c. You just need to click on save there to save your changes. Print the spreadsheet without row and column headings. Now we're printing without row and column headings. Okay, so remember how you get them. You go to page layout. Okay, here where it says headings, you just remove this tick in next to print there, so that you print without the column headings. Then before you print, save, then you can quickly go to print. Okay, you will preview how you are going to see your document. This is what you are going to see after printing. Okay, thank you for watching. This is question 6. This was question 6b. Let's look at the next question. That should be question 6c. It should be quick to do this one. Retrieve the spreadsheet, this one. Okay, first of all, before we do all this, let's first save it as this. Okay, because that's where they want it. So we're going to go to save as. There we put, instead of a 1, we put a 2. Then we click on save. Now we have a new document. Okay, we have already 3 documents in our folder. They say change the question to 6b to 6c. Okay, on the footer you change from B to C. Okay, like that. And then what else? They say display the formula, adjust column width to fit to display the formulas. Okay, the whole formula. Landscape orientation must be used, but do not make use of fit to one page option, you will be penalized if the printout is not legible. The fit to one page, it compresses the text, making your text not look clear, so you'll be penalized for that if you use it. Okay, so now how do you display formula? Here we're going to just go to formulas. When you go to formulas, you can click on show formulas. If you do not see that, you press Ctrl and tilde on your keyboard. Okay, tilde, let me just type tilde quickly. This is the tilde. If you look for something like this, you press and hold Ctrl for something like this. Okay, let me quickly increase its font so that you can see. There it is. This is the tilde. You look for something like that on the keyboard, and then you can be able to display formula. Okay, let me quickly reduce the font. Okay, so now I'm going to display my formula. I go to formulas, then I click on show formulas. Now when you click on show formulas, your columns widen. Okay, they become very large. As you can see, we have page 2 of 2. We have 2 pages of our spreadsheet, but they want it in 1 page. So you can quickly resize your columns. You can double click so that they automatically fit the content. Let's try that one first. If it doesn't work, we're going to force it to fit, but we're not going to use fit to 1 page when we print. They don't want that. Okay, better, because it's already in 1 page now. As you can see, our file is in 1 page. I can also resize this column a little bit because it was just like this. Oops, unfortunately it hides my other things, but now we are in 1 page. Let's just go to print preview and see if it prints properly. As you can see, we're in landscape and in 1 page. We never used the fit to 1. As you see, it's not ticked. The radio button is still not selected, so we are not using it. Okay, so this is how you answer Microsoft Excel questions. This is question 6. In the next video, we are going to look at question 7. Thank you very much.